This morning I'm happy to share this public safety announcement with our citizens in Hillsborough County. Effective 1 July 2009, our fine state will join 38 other states that already have a prescription monitoring program in place. This is personal for me, both as a county commissioner and as a pharmacist who has been practicing in this community for over 40 years. Florida will no longer be the donor state where medications are easily acquired and then shipped to other states that have programs in place. No more doctor shopping for illicit drugs, illegal drugs, and misuse of prescription drugs. No more pharmacy shopping, from filling prescriptions from one pharmacy to another. As a pharmacist, I've seen firsthand the devastation the misuse of legal drugs has caused. Families suffer, parents lose their children to drug overdoses, and our community is affected. More deaths have occurred from misuse of legal prescription drugs than from the use of all illicit drugs combined: cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine. It has been found that the rate of deaths caused by illegal use of legal drugs is at a rate of 3 times more than the deaths from illicit drugs. Our youth doesn't start out by planning to become addicted. It just happens because it's so easy and drugs become so available to our youth. It is very sad to listen to parents tell the stories of how they have lost their son or their daughter to the misuse of drugs. This addiction has increased the incidence of robberies in our community pharmacies. It has put our pharmacists at risk. It has put support help at risk. It, in fact, has caused dangers to patrons who are just simply shopping and are in danger of losing their lives because they might get in the way of someone who's looking for oxycodone because of an addiction or because of the fact that they are ready to ship the next shipment to states like Kentucky. I can speak to this very firsthand. I have known individuals who have lost their lives to overdoses. I have sympathized with parents who have lost their children to drugs and want to help so that the same thing doesn't happen to other parents in our community. And sadly enough, I can tell you firsthand, I was one of those pharmacists who was robbed at gunpoint by 2 young men, evidently addicted to drugs, that would not think twice to pull the trigger of that gun that was pointed at my temple if myself or anybody else got in the way of them getting the medication they needed. This is absolutely a #1 public safety issue for Hillsborough County. I would like to extend special thanks to many people who made this happen. I understand that we have been trying to do this for 6 or 7 years unsuccessfully, and now we're finally at a point that we did succeed. First of all, special thanks to Hillsborough County's legislative delegation, to our wonderful, effective lobbyists, Edith Stewart and Brandon Wagner, to the Prescription Drug Abuse Task Force, to law enforcement, to Bill James with the governor's office, and certainly to Governor Charlie Crist, whom I am confident will support this bill and this legislation. Florida has won a very important victory today, and this is the message we want to put out there. Here's that message. Florida is not in the business of dealing drugs or shipping drugs to other states anymore. If you plan to be in the business of drug dealing at the expense of the youth in Florida, our prescription drug monitoring program will be in place to help prosecute you. Thank you very much for your assistance, and thank you for being here with us this morning.